into the washing machine of these 3 cycles, this construct. And I'm not going to tell you what I call it. But the first wash cycle is that the universe is benevolent. And I like to say God is on my team. And having said that, the first cycle, in my opinion, is the linchpin of the whole thing. Like if I don't look at these situations that God is on my team, the universe is benevolent, there's no way in the world that change is continuous is going to be exciting, or that the causes in the future is going to be exciting. So the one gives birth to the other 2. They make the other 2 functional for me. The first belief, if I don't believe that God is on my team, if I'm like, God's against me, he's screwing me, he's gonna play games, he thinks this is all funny. So things that happen to me in my life that take place, he's not on my team. So he was messing me up. And if he's messing me up, and then change is continuous, means that I'm gonna go from one messed up, and I might be happy for a little while, and I go to another messed up because he ain't on my team. So yeah, change is continuous, but it goes from shit to shit. Thing to thing, blah, blah, blah. And, the cause in the future, well, if he ain't on my team and the cause in the future is probably up to him and it has nothing to do with my benefit. Like, that is the way that the washing machine, the wash, rinse, and dry or spin cycle would go if the first one wasn't in place. Now, let's go back to if I believe that the universe is benevolent. And again, all of these beliefs, these are beliefs. These 3 beliefs are conclusions that we draw to help us make sense of the world. First and foremost, that's super important, that conclusions that we draw to help us make sense of the world. So do I believe, and do I employ the belief or draw the conclusion that the universe is benevolent? So if I were to do that, the universe being benevolent, God is on my team. God is on my team. Okay, boom. I'm thinking of something, right? I'm being dumb. Let me think of something. Broke both my legs. Broke both my legs and can't work. Now that is clothing that I would like to put in the machine. So at the very beginning, like, God's on my team. The universe is benevolent. So the universe is benevolent. He's on my team, and I have 2 broken legs and I can't work and I can't make a living, so to speak. Moving to the next one, again, and this is all going to make sense in a second. Moving to the next one, change is continuous. Now, if God's on my team, change is continuous, that probably means that it's going to switch, the situation is going to switch at some point. Whether that means I walk again or don't walk again, something is going to happen later at some point, and this is an opportunity to understand that change is continuous. Like when both my legs are broke, and something is going to change, whether that means I move to, it could be a myriad of things. I move to a really incredible hospital where there's incredible surgeons and I get new legs. Again, however that you can interpret that change is continuous, that this where you are currently, this situation where you are currently is not going to last forever because God is on your team. Universe is benevolent. Second thing, the third cycle, the dry cycle, the spin cycle or whatever, is where it comes up that it's good. Now I call it, they say the cause is in the future, but I say, to make for myself, that belief is it's going to make sense. You know what I mean? Oh, that's what that is. How many times have you gone through? I remember one time when I was a little kid, I got beat up by this kid named Epi Montalano. And, the kid beat me up, and it was in front of the whole school or whatever. And I was, of course, little kid, distraught, shook up or whatever. And I remember running away from Epi, and when I got caught, was when he beat me up. But I remember thinking if I'd have ran a little faster, like and kind of zigzag, because he didn't have, I learned this later, that he didn't have an ability, to zigzag. He had kind of not a club foot, but, it was like a bow leg. And after the beat up or whatever like that, I think it might have been 2 years or something later. Something had happened in, I think it was, fifth or sixth grade. And because now somebody was about to have a fight with this dude again because he was somewhat of a bully. And the person had asked me and said, man, I'm really nervous about Epi, I don't know what he's going to do and blah, blah, blah. I said, man, you know, when you get the opportunity, if it comes around, if you want to fight the dude, you can fight him. He only does haymakers. You know, he's not a stand-up skillful fighter. I remember, because I had my behind whooped by him and stuff, and I also know that, you know, he's short and he's slow. And if you run from him, do a zigzag situation. For real? Oh, man, he's like, yeah, he's fast, but he's only fast in a straight line. And it's funny to me that at that little age, I was kind of like, whoa, like, it hit me. Like, I went through that, and this dude actually was victorious. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that violence is cool. I'm just saying he made his, however he was victorious isn't important, but I'm just saying what happened that was uncomfortable years ago, the cause of that was I was sitting in 10th grade. I mean, when I was 10 years old. What happened to me when I was 8, there was okay, that's what that was for. Somebody else was set free because of my little situation, you know what I'm saying? So, and God being on my team, I didn't die from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can look at these things with those 3 beliefs in line. But that's what I call it. The cause in the future is the thing where I'm like, oh, that thing back there, that makes sense. And you don't think to yourself that when that happens, when you're like, oh, when the oh happens, you don't think to yourself that you are in the future. You know what I'm saying? The cause of what happened back there, you're in. So if you're in it now, when stuff happens to you and you don't understand it, you can be like, okay, you know what? God's on my team. The universe is benevolent. Change is continuous. And this don't make sense right now, but it's going to. Why? Because the universe is benevolent means that everything is for a purpose. Everything is perfect and for a reason. Nothing is without. Nothing is random. Nothing is random. Nothing is without purpose and meaning if you believe that God is on your team. But that's kind of the question, though. Can you do what kind of washing machine do you have? That's the end of at the end of the day. What is the first cycle of your washing machine? Is it that the universe is benevolent or that the universe is not? And why? These are dialogue questions. I'm Greg Milk, and this is Life Support. Happy day.